là que je voulais aller. On va voir si là-dedans... Non, y a rien, hein. Non. Si, peut-être. On va aller voir. Là, il y a deux tourelles. Ici. Ouais, j'y suis pas allé dans cette grotte finalement. Je crois pas. Il y a entré le code d'accès. Mais là en fait c'est que j'y suis pas allé. On va aller voir si je peux défoncer le mur. Enfin, le mur, le grillage. Caverne grogneuse. J'ai un douté. Il est un peu en surpoids le monsieur. Si je t'enlève ça.
Copy, Echo 1. Congratulations, Echo 1.
Ah. Eh, t'as gagné un tableau. On n'est jamais assez bon en explosif. Ouais, bon, peut-être de talent. J'en ai. C'est bien ça. Ah bah carrément. Je vais niquer ta race. mal le vivre. Ça va être à lui. Si je peux empêcher lui de jouer, ça m'arrange. Queen nous. Putain, les chèvres. Faut un boucan, c'est cher. Ah bah oui, mais c'est la couille de chèvres, les couilles des chèvres partout. Chacun sa chèvre. Attends, on va continuer.
These goats are troubled.
Forcément, il y a des mines. Attends, attends. Ah, mais je peux vraiment être suivi par une nuée de chèvres. Je peux pas adopter celle-là. Un homme très marqué semble se démener avec un morceau de ferraille. Hey, les rangers! Comment diable êtes-vous entré ici? On est rentré par la petite porte de l'arrière-boutique, pas dans les autres cavernes. Ouais, faut vraiment que je me décide à bloquer ce passage, toutes sortes de verres. Une passe par là. Bon, maintenant que vous êtes ici, qu'est-ce qu'une bande de vandales dans votre genre peut bien vouloir un honnête homme d'affaires? Qu'est-ce que vous sur ta montagne? Qu'est-ce que vous fait croire que je sais quoi que ce soit? J'ai jamais entendu parler de ça. Quel genre d'affaires? Je sais quel genre d'affaires, et si vous en avez, ou si vous en voulez, on peut marchander. Ok, j'en ai entendu parler, c'est à l'est. C'est pas facile d'accès, il faut une combinaison anti-rade. C'est le mur, sans ça, vous allez en retirer comme des poulets. En plus, je peux pas dire que j'en ai en ce moment, mais il y en a. Il y avait un ranger qui est passé par ici récemment pour venir de Manta. Pachowski, un truc du genre. Le groupe de ranger est venu l'arrêter à l'emmener je ne sais où. Je serais vous, j'irais chercher son corps quelque part dans cette grand charnier où les rangers vous balancez tout ce qui les emmène. Non, je déconne, il doit sûrement être bouclé quelque part dans la citadelle. Ben, si vous lui demandez gentiment et que vous laissez partir, il vous racontera ce qu'il sait. Vous savez, il me donnera l'attention qu'elle est ici. Il y a un petit coin moins dit au nord-est de la prison, mais vous avez quand même besoin d'une combinaison entière. Petit coin. Ce que vous avez à faire, c'est écouter l'émission du moine taré, donner les coordonnées et les bons repères. Moine taré, c'est pas qui font le canyon dans précis de montagne. Les marchands à passer, les protègent durant le trajet, mais t'es pas un mauvais poil, vous ferez sauter la marchandise. Ah mais vraiment, de le faire. Fais voir, ouais, ça, rien, ça. Maintenant, si j'arrive, je sais toujours pas à quoi ça pourrait me servir. Trois, je pense que c'est amplement suffisant.
freaking me out.
Okay. Ah, mon problème, c'est que j'ai pas de chenille. Du coup, là, c'est...
Ranger Team Echo 1, this is Ranger Command. Come in. Over. 10-4 Echo 1. Listen, some locals up near our remote radio tower say they saw some things attacking it. Sounded like robots to me. Might be another of those synths that killed Ace. Head back there and see if you can capture it alive. But be careful. Anything that could kill Ace isn't gonna be easy to deal with. Copy? Ten-4 Echo 1. Ranger Command out.
C'est où ça? Oui. Ah. Oh, des pillards. On va se les faire. Ça va me défouler. armée de chèvres qui me suit.
Something terrible happened here. Something against nature.
C'est qui le prochain? Oui. Tu te calmes. Non. Non. fait défoncer. Ok.
Something terrible happened here. Something against nature.
Là, je suis sûr, ouais. Merde. Stop, stop, non. Un de moins. Quoi?
10-4 Echo 1. Progress on that 10 sighting up near our remote tower. Copy, Echo 1. Question is, why were they attacking the tower? Maybe one of those synths is behind it, sending robots to sabotage our equipment. Stay alert for other activity of this nature. Copy? 10-4.
Ah non, mais toi, tu... Somme et tout.
Copy, Echo 1. Congratulations, Echo 1.
Sacré bordel. Ah oui, je voulais voir. Ah oui, c'est là. D'accord. Du coup, c'est juste de la déco. Ah non. Ok. Si je l'ai démonté, bon, on dirait un fond, ok. Ça, c'est fait.
Gates protect, but also trap.
Ah, je peux rentrer dans la citadelle, ça y est. J'ai pas d'autre truc.
There was once a great battle here.
Kipeko, hein, ça fait plaisir de mettre des visages sur des noms. Je suis le capitaine Hunter de l'équipe Delta. Ok. C'est parce que nous sommes différents des autres équipes et que vous avez eu opération spéciale. Bien disons que nous sommes l'équipe Ranger, que Vargas s'appelle quand d'autres équipes dérapent. J'ai vu, ça brillait vert là-bas.
Your wind talker
Welcome back
has
to Ranger
great
Citadel,
knowledge.
recruits.
Welcome, recruits. Nice to finally make your acquaintance. Good work saving the day and attaching the repeater units in High Pool. The General and I thank you. Now I'm guessing you're here to learn more about these mysterious broadcasts that you've been helping us with. Well, I'm not going to say anything bad about the General when I'm sitting right here.
You better not, Woodson. I'll take away your smokes ration.
See? But seriously, I think the General has been a wise and cautious leader these past 15 years. Some of the boys may think he keeps it a little too cautious, but they're not the ones who have to feel the calls when good men die. Since we started hearing these strange broadcasts, he decided that the quiet times are over, and his place is here, on the air, listening to the people of the Waste, and sending... Well, we spent the 15 years since we defeated the base code chief's AI retrenching, rebuilding the Citadel, rebuilding our numbers, solidifying our position. It made us a stronger organization, I think. But we also have a smaller footprint now. And some of the Now, though, I think it's time to wake up. The world is changing. These crazy broadcasts, the Red Scorpions in the old prison, Reports of trade routes to the east, where we thought there was nothing but radiation. If the Rangers still want to be a force for good in the world, then we gotta start stepping out. We always thought the radiation east of the prison was just too strong, and that travel that way was impossible. But now the Scorpions are claiming they've established trade with a community beyond the radiation called Damanta, and also with a group calling themselves the Servants of Titan. We're not welcome in Scorpion territory, so we can't check the truth of all of this. But they do seem to be getting better weaponry from somewhere, so maybe it's legit. Our old home base. Not bad for what it was, but we've been outgrowing it for decades. When we cleared the previous owners out of this place, we saw an opportunity to make a move. The Red Scorpion Militia. They took over the old prison when we moved out. Not really much more than a raider gang. But they're starting to tell everybody that they're the real law in Arizona. And they're asking people to call them for help instead of us. Maybe they're really trying to shape up, but I doubt it. Sounds more like it was the Rangers' greatest enemy, though really all it was a malfunctioning machine. The mainframe of a pre-war military facility that somehow got it into its circuit board head that everybody in the world was its enemy. It started pumping out robots to defend itself. And if we hadn't stopped it, those robots could have killed everyone in Arizona. We don't know where they're coming from, or who's making them. Hell, they could be old pre-war recordings for all we know. But we've been hearing them since the skies started to clear. They've got a threatening sound to them, so we've been trying to learn more about them, which is what we sent Ace out to do when that robot murdered him. Now, you've already attached one of our repeater units to the radio tower at High Pool, but because you were unable to do the same at Ag Center, we're in a bit of a bind. See, we intended to make a Watson-Watt Adcock antenna array using those two towers, our tower here and the tower where Ace died. Linking those four would have allowed us to pinpoint the origin of the signal. Now, however, we're going to have to try to find the radio tower the General already mentioned to you in Damanta. I've been hearing the Red Scorpions radio chatter about this place for more than a year now. They claim it's somewhere beyond the eastern radiation clouds. I hope they're right. The radio tower that Gilbert says is rumored to be there could be our only hope for tracking down those mysterious broadcasts. You sure you want to hear this? Most people's eyes glaze over when I start getting technical. Really? Okay, you asked for it. So with the traditional Watson-Watt method of radio direction finding techniques, it is possible to find the direction from which a radio signal was transmitted using two Adcock antenna pairs to perform an amplitude comparison on the incoming signal. An Adcock antenna pair is a pair of antennas that take the vector difference of the received signal at each antenna so that there is only one output from the pair of antennas. Two of these pairs generate what can be referred to as north-south and east-west signals, which will then be passed to the receiver. In the receiver, the bearing angle can be computed by taking the arctangent of the radio of the north-south to east-west signal. Given any? Satisfied? I'm very sorry you weren't able to save Ag Center. They were doing so much to develop hardier animal and plant stock that would survive out here in the wastes. It's a real blow to have lost them. I'm so glad you were able to save High Pool. Its reservoir and treatment plant provides water for us and the other communities in the area. We use the repeater units to boost a weak radio signal out in the field and transmit the data back to the Citadel. And let me tell you, it was hell trying to find enough parts to make the ones we needed. Well, it's only a theory, but my guess is that the fallout that's been floating around up there in the ionosphere since the war has been muddying things up there, stopping long-range broadcasts from being reflected back to Earth. Now, maybe the fallout is starting to decay, and the ionosphere is slowly returning to normal, allowing it to reflect radio waves like it used to back in the good old days. Or not. I only know what I read in salvage books. All right. Good luck out there. You'll be hearing from us. I know going into the radiation cloud is dangerous, but you're doing a great service. Not just for us on this mission, but for all of humanity. For every new
So you
discovery
saved High Pool
helps
at the
us win
expense
back
of
some
Ag
of the
Center.
world that we lost.
Tough decision, and I know it must weigh heavily on your minds. But a choice had to be made, and once you chose High Pool, you did all you could to save it and its people. I'm particularly pleased that you helped Kate Preston become the new mayor over there. She's the kind of pragmatic, level-headed leader the old place needs. Also, let me personally thank you for finding Ace's killer, whatever it was. I'm sorry your initiation into the Rangers has been such a trial by fire, but you've proven yourself tough under pressure, and in my eyes, that makes you fit to be a Ranger. Welcome aboard. Now, any questions? Ace and I went way back to the prison days. We fought Finster and the base Cochise robot army together. We rebuilt the Citadel from scratch. That I sent him on the mission which got him killed. Hangs heavy on my heart, and Angie's never gonna forgive me. Craziest jackalope we ever faced. Might have been human once, might have been sane too. But when we met him, he was a crazy android bent on wiping out the human race and replacing us all with mutants. Got his head in our museum if you want to take a look. Let me see that. Should be some initials scratched into the back. Damn. HR. Hellraiser. I was afraid of this. Hadn't heard from him in weeks. He'd been chasing those radio signals too. Anything else on the body? His logbook? Let me have a look. Yeah, this is Razor's all right. Let's see what he was up to. That'll look. Play. Darwin. I hope that doesn't mean what I think it means. Well done, Rangers. Let me see. This last bit is interesting. All these names and places. I heard a few of them when Woodson played me the transmissions. At least I think that's what I heard. The static was terrible. Anyway, I'm afraid the names don't mean much to me, but some of the places sound familiar. I just can't. Listen, check with Gilbert Sagara, our cartographer. He may recognize him and be able to use him to figure out where the transmissions are coming from. It is your home now, recruits. A place to rest and resupply between missions. A place to learn and to share your knowledge with others. But it's more than that. Despite its tarnished history, the Citadel is a force for good. A shining beacon of justice in a dark land. A bulwark against barbarism in a world of lawlessness and brutality. Indeed, it is the furrowed field out of which the seeds of order will grow into a new and better civilization. Hey, forgive me. Get carried away sometimes, but I do believe we are making a difference despite my shortcomings, and that our flame must not be allowed to be snuffed out. That's why we need young, motivated recruits like yourselves. Nelson's all right. A bit young, a bit rowdy, a bit gung-ho, but the Rangers need that now. We need new blood. Like yourselves. Woodson's that man right over there, my radio wingman. The man who keeps me on the air. If you want to know more about the repeater units, or how to use your radio, see him. One of the brightest minds in the Citadel. She's really helped us get our weapons and armor up to scratch, and she's always coming up with new and better stuff. Worth a visit just to see what she's got cooking. You are our next generation, recruits, and I want you to make us proud. Remember that every action you take reflects directly upon the Desert Rangers as a whole. We worked hard to gain the trust of the people of Arizona and to have them accept our authority. Keep that in mind every time you draw your weapon or make a promise. The lives of other Rangers and the rule of law depend on your wisdom, honor, and forbearance. Place was nearly the death of us. Hell, it was nearly the death of the whole human race. Damn, well enough not to talk behind her back.
Better now, General. I'm only crying 8 hours.
Ain't no shame in grieving, Angie. No shame at all. I've been too cautious, recruits. Since we took this place over 15 years ago, I focused too much on keeping the peace in areas we know, and not enough on outside threats. I wanted to rebuild, get our numbers up, but all I've really been doing is letting the world pass us by. Well, that's gotta change, and the change starts with you. You are going to find out where this threat is coming from. We have a library here, where we compile maps and information about the region to help us with our work. If you want to know about any old tech or ancient knowledge, go talk to old Flintlock there. If you've got map questions, see Gilbert. He's our cartographer. Gilbert was another one of my squad. We called him Thrasher back in the day. Good man to have in a tight spot. Past his fighting days now, though. Took a wound during the Battle of Base Cochise and never fully recovered. Now, he's our cartographer and damn good at it. You'll find him in the museum with Flintlock. Flintlock was old when I was your age. Now he's ancient. Knows more about the history of the Desert Rangers than any man alive, and he'll tell you so himself. You'll want to talk to our quartermaster, Sergeant Melson, about that. He'll provide you with all the weapons, armor, and gear you need to carry out your duties in the Wastelands. You may also want to talk to Ethel Mercaptain or TNT-10 if you need something special. Our munitions expert, crazy bastard, is gonna blow us all up one day. Does good work, though. In the field, his ordnance is highly reliable. It's just his workshop that scares the bejesus out of me. Yep, Darwin Village. Used to be a research facility run by a crazed android named Finster. Went nuts and started making monsters instead of trying to save the world, or whatever it was he was meant to be doing. The Rangers killed him and pretty much wiped Darwin off the map about 15 years ago. But we might have missed something. Well, combined with the word Darwin, it's making me think this damned monk was looking to recover some of Finster's old research from Darwin Village. Finster was working on all sorts of bioweapons. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if he'd brewed up some sort of plague. And if this metal monk is after it, I know you've got a lot of other things on your plate, but this could be important. I'm marking Darwin on your map, and I'd appreciate it if you'd swung...
Ouais, c'est pas la porte à côté, là.
Could be, or another one like it. Looks like it might have killed Hellraiser, too. Our old stomping grounds, since right after the apocalypse. We moved out, they call themselves the Red Scorpion. Make us proud, recruits.
Hail, War Chief of the Desert Rangers.
Eh bien, on ne vous a même pas encore assigné vos leads quand que le pieu vous envoie sur des missions à risque. Bah, de nos jours, c'est malheureusement comme ça que ça se passe chez les rangers du désert. Du coup, il vaut mieux qu'on vous équipe plus vite, prêt à vous équiper. Vous avez des questions? Non, je suis pareil. En fait, maintenant que j'y pense, il y a un truc. Maintenant que nous, les rangers, reprenons le service, on commence à utiliser pas mal de munitions et je commence à être à sec pour en faire plus. J'aurais besoin d'autant de cuivre, plomb et acier que possible. Donc si Vous pouvez mettre la main sur les pièces détachées d'armes, en particulier les rebuts des amis. Lorsque vos armes, amenez-les-moi, je les achèterai au milieu. Puis j'aime les matériaux bruts, mais étant donné que les seuls que nous recevons viennent des livraisons de l'XP, des pièces détachées de vieilles armes font l'affaire. Une pure de vertu dans le monde des ténèbres, c'est parce que dit l'ancien, et bien si on emploie. Quand on débarque dans les terres désolées, on ne peut pas être aussi honorable que le prétend le général. Pas si on veut survivre, selon moi, on peut être honorable tant qu'on veut, après s'être assuré que l'autre gars ne respire plus. Mission suicide. J'imagine que choisir entre Ape et la croissante n'a pas vraiment été facile. Hein. Et ce foutu signe radon a déjà coûté le vieux capitaine Ace. Ouais, ça remonte, je sais, mais ça m'avait foutu les nerfs comme un de nos meilleurs hommes a bien pu y rester pendant une mission aussi merdique. Et maintenant, c'est vous que Vargas envoie finir le boulot. Attention, je suis content. Vous avez trouvé les responsables du meurtre d'Ace, mais ce n'est pas encore fini. Vous aussi, il va falloir vous envoyer à la recherche de ce stupide signal. Une perte de temps, si vous voulez mon avis, on a déjà de gros problèmes pas plus loin. Alors quoi, après de mystérieux sinon. Quel genre d'ennui. Il y a les scorpions rouges pour commencer. Non. La mission. Ah. Je veux dire, gaz. Compliqué, ça j'ai compris. Ok. Ouh, ça sent l'arme. Après, au niveau équipement, je suis pas trop mal, je pense. On a tous une gilet pare-balles. Peut-être lui prendre ça au lieu du gilet pare-balles. Pas avoir ton équipement.
Hey, Emelson. How are the guns?
Ah, the new recruits, back from High Pool. I've been expecting you. A very tough decision, considering it was your first time out. I would have picked Ag Center personally, but I understand your decision. Water is essential to the growth of the wastes. General Vargas gave me the leg from the synthetic life form you discovered. It's truly remarkable, but unnerving. I've never seen robot tech this advanced. It'll take me some time to give it a full examination. Oh wait, I almost forgot. Did the General tell you? He was so pleased that you found Ace's killer that he authorized a requisition order for you. you were to have your pick of some of my more interesting creations. Vargas is a man of vision and prudence. I know a lot of the Rangers think he's too cautious. Well, the others say that our biggest threat is the Red Scorpion militia, who have taken over the prison which used to be our headquarters. Every new recruit the General brings in gets around to visiting us eventually. The weapons and armor we make are what keep them alive, after all. Most are curious where they come from. I imagine you're no exception. Well, that's a bit of a misnomer. We do make some of them, the really interesting ones. But mostly what we do here is refurbish scavenged weapons and armor. One thing we hope our Rangers will do is collect any broken down weapon parts, stray bits left over from modding, what have you, that they find as they patrol the wastes and bring them back here to Melson, over in the quartermaster's office. In exchange, he'll buy it off you. He knows his guns, I'll give him that. Though I wouldn't have him in my shop. He's not nearly focused enough. Huh. The interesting ones are my department. I'm always trying to come up with new and better weapons and armor using bits and bobs we have lying around. Can't just give them away, though. Creating them takes a lot of our precious resources, so the General is pretty tight with the requisition orders. Well, the General keeps a tight grip on requisition orders. All of the officers in the Citadel have the power to give them out, but only if we think a particular weapon would be necessary for the successful completion of a mission, or if we're impressed by how a Ranger team completed a difficult assignment. I can hand over one piece of tech for each rec you earn, but just one. So make sure you think it over before you take the first shiny thing you see. We have everything from sturdy leather jackets to hand-forged plates, to the finest reconditioned pre-war combat armor we can find. You'll have to pay for the more expensive items. Research and repair doesn't come free, but we aren't out to make a profit. Just to recoup our expense, I've got some custom, interesting armor, but the General's orders are to save those for special loadouts only. We service, repair, and reinvent every kind of weapon, from knives and handguns to rifles, even energy weapons, when we can get our hands on them. We don't do explosives, though. Nicest guy you could ever want to meet, but, shall we say, less than cautious? He's nearly blown himself up more than once. He likes creating experimental explosives just like I like working on experimental weapons and armor. Though I dare say my safety record is a trifle better than his. Some very nice pieces. The General allocated a requisition for you, for completing a thorough investigation of nothing new for you.
Rien.
Thanks for visiting, recruits. Come by anytime. And go see Sergeant Nelson if you're looking to shop. Likewise, Captain Death. Or perhaps...
C'est cool ça.
Copy, Echo 1. Congratulations, Echo 1.
I ain't hungry. What's for lunch?
Ça m'a l'air plus grand que ce que je pense.
Delicious.
Oh. Je m'en doutais. 28% c'est pas... Ah si je peux récupérer une chenille, ça serait cool. Ah mais attends, j'ai eu un livre et je pense qu'il améliore mes canons. Ah non, ah bon, c'est pas plus mal. Ah d'accord, ouais, mais moi j'ai toutes les touches qui sont en vrac. Ça c'est drôle ça. Bonne vie. Quelle est cette chose? C'est une mission pour toi. Allusion Iron Man.
Hey now, Trash.
What was that? Who's shouting? Get the fuck out! Who the fuck are you? I already answered everybody's questions. I got drunk and I got shanghaied. That's the whole... Huh? You did? What for? Sure, I know where some rad suits are. Used to use them to go goop prospecting out in the canyon of Titan. What makes you think I'm gonna give them to you? What do I need money for? Locked up in here. Forget it. Now you're talking. You get me out of here. and I'll take you right to them rats. There's no bullshit. Then you just look the other way while I take a powder, and we're square. Deal? All righty. Just go talk to Officer Asswipe about getting me out. God damn it, you did it! You guys are my new best friends. Come on, let's get out of here. Oh yeah, I forgot. Let me see your map. I hid all them suits in an old RV west of here, somewhere right around here.
Ah oui, c'est vrai qu'il faut tout préparer. Tu pars par ça? Hmm. Je sais pas où ça se met en plus. Je pense que c'est celles que j'avais déjà, donc je vais la vendre. Merde. je verrai la prochaine fois. Hop. Là, je vais les manger. Bon app. Plus.